He doesn't want anybody upstage him, I understand. So, of course, put the person that's never done this before, never been here before, and has to talk the fastest to go up first. So I guess we're on our first slide here. And this is a joint effort between Andrea and I. We wanted to take you on a small tour of downtown Niagara Falls. The green dots are the locations that are the buildings we're going to see today. And the heart is over the best building of all, in my opinion, my house. I was going to put a star on it. No, that's not my house. But it would be too pretentious. This is actually near Goat Island. You'll see the site of the house of Mr. Porter once stood. The Porter family was instrumental in establishing Niagara Falls. They owned Goat Island, as a matter of fact, and sold it to the state in the 1800s for $500,000. Unfortunately, it's not there anymore. This is what's there right now. We didn't get to save that one. Once it was sold, they didn't quite preserve it. And we do have other buildings to look at, I swear. They're not just filled with a bag in it. Yeah, that was a long 20 seconds. Just a stone's throw away, you'll come across the Seneca Niagara Casino. I'm sure you're all familiar with losing your money to them. And then to the right of it, you'll see the beautiful St. Mary's of the Cataract Parish Church. The parish is over 170 years old. November 1865, the building grew to accommodate 700 people seated and at least 100 more standing. Reverend Father Cannon was instrumental in making this happen. The peak of each tower is made to mimic the height of the falls. I absolutely recommend stopping by this beautiful attraction and taking a seat, and then kneeling, and then standing, and then kneeling. It's a Catholic church. This is actually the old post office here where Main Street meets Walnut. It's absolutely beautiful. It was built in the 1900s. It looks very stately and kind of intimidating. It seems a little overwhelming to just buy stamps in. In 1906, the Honorable Mayor Cutler was quoted as saying, "As being erected on the highest eminence in Niagara County, its towering structure will ever serve as a monument to the supremacy of our government." I looked up supremacy. I would have said, "Hey, hear ye, come up and check this super sweet building. It's gonna be here for abs, legit." That's probably why I don't get to open up new buildings very often. Take a stroll down Main Street and you'll see City Hall. Dedicated May 27, 1925. It's made of Buckeye sandstone and the walls in the neoclassical revival building style. Some amazing words were spoken at its dedication. A man becomes a good citizen only when he recognizes his duty and responsibility to his country and to his community. When he is ready to share his city's burdens, cherish its interest, support its institution, protect its good name, and contribute to the richness of its life. He must be mindful of the rights of others. I think that was just absolutely beautiful. March 2001, Albany officials deemed Niagara Falls City Hall recognized as a historic place. It's listed on the State National Registers of Historic Places. And taking a look at the original City Hall, we can see why they wanted to make their mark with the new one, as opposed to whatever that is, if you want to pay your water bill or get your marriage license. A bit further down Main Street, you'll see the Carnegie Building, built in 1904 and designed by E.E. Jarleman. It was the first library in Niagara Falls. William Rankin secured a $500,000 grant for the library's completion. The building was renovated with federal funds in 1995, but has not been used as a library since the 70s. It has an interesting history, such as the suicide death of Caroline Rank in 1912, who killed herself on the second floor. I clearly was trying to bring the room down there, but her body was discovered hours later laying behind the piano on the stage. Oh, that was for you. The new library, built in the 70s, designed by Paul Rudolph, who was the dean of the School of Architecture at Yale. He chose to terrify us with his design in the brutalist style. It was like he had textural issues, a rough and bumpy concrete wall everywhere, and I do not recommend leaning up against it. Up next, take a ride down Pine Avenue until you hit Portage Road. You'll see my former high school and that of 112 years of students. The school's bell rang until its closed in 2000. It was actually the answer to a Jeopardy question. Answer: the oldest running high school in the country from 1888 to 2000. Question: what is Niagara Falls High School? In 2002, the building was reopened as the Niagara Arts and Cultural Center. It is the largest gathering of artists in New York outside of New York City. It hosts AM radio station WJJL, has a certified soundstage, and is home to many talented people from across the region. And other talented people have their artwork in a show that opens tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. And if you want a flyer, I'll give you one. This guy. Speaking of talented artists, you would not want to miss what is on Ontario Avenue, near 11th Street. You'll find the Prophet Isaiah House. Isaiah Henry Robertson was just a regular old guy who moved to Niagara Falls to fix up a cheap house. A Canadian, originally from Jamaica, he meticulously paints and repaints his home and welcomes oh, hey, who lives there? If you keep driving down Ontario Avenue, on Gerald, you'll find this bungalow ranch glory of 960 square feet. You'll see where I hang my heart. And for around $70,000, you too can own your 3-bedroom slice of aluminum siding heaven here in Niagara Falls. Oh, there they are, Niagara Falls. Listen, hopefully Andrea and I have opened your eyes and your heart a little bit to the glory and beauty that we see every day in Niagara Falls. It's not that far. You go down the boulevard, or you pay $1. I will pay your $1 over the bridge. Come see us.